more of that on menu here tonight. We have Phoenix1.gg up against X Elevate. Phoenix1.gg, a name that's been around the Valorant Sunday Showdown since its inception, featuring some new names that have already paid off to great effect. This Phoenix1.gg roster already prominently featuring in the grand finals and winning the grand finals here at Valorant Sunday Showdown with Jangler, Agility, Zekin, Menace, and Precision rounding out that roster for Phoenix1.gg.
Yeah, and on top of that, they have some synergy too. I recognize Agility, Jangler, and Zekin. I believe a couple of them were on Wichita Wolves, so
Correct,
this is
yeah.
going to be a hyped match as well with going X Elevate, which is quite literally a couple of the Elevate squads that were in Generation 2, but Generation 1 was comprised of Miniature, and I would have loved to see the Dreamland versus X Elevate thing because that would have been a rivalry match between KP and Miniature. But
Yes.
Miniature coming out on top with their squad, and honestly, it is just sort of a cacophony of different generations. So it'll be interesting to see. If I had to give it to anybody, I honestly would still give it to Phoenix 1, potentially just due to the fact that their synergy has been around. They are a dominant team. I mean, Zekin's like a kid, and he has the reflexes of nobody I've ever seen before. So I'm excited to see how the young blood does against the calm and collected not much age. There's maybe a few years. Maybe it's 18 versus 16, but still, either way, you still have that competitive experience. So here we go into the pissed round. We are going to see Phoenix versus X Elevate. I'm already excited. I'm seeing the shorty. I'm excited to see Jets try to pop off and see what here. But already off the bat, Precision will be the first one to take it. Will they drop the spike, though? It is going to be a battle for mid, though it makes me feel like with all the utility, they're going to try to make it push towards A, unless they decide otherwise. Menace will just smoke it out and get the fudge out and dodge, and there's going to be some seriously tagged up members on the side of X Elevate.
Menace displaying us the tempered aggression, which has made him such a menace for these teams to try and deal with, getting in their face and then backing away just as quickly. Menace rewarded for a kill there. X Elevate already taking some serious damage here in the first round. 2 of their health bars brought so low. Jae Sung here on the Viper, now setting up to defend this spike plant here. Sends out the toxic pools there. Miniature on the side trying to play around that, trying to find the damage, and that paranoia is going to be absolutely massive. Bancroft takes down Jangler, but it's going to be Phoenix 1. It's going to be Precision wrapping up the triple kill, and my goodness, what a exemplary first round. If all first rounds were that exciting, I don't know that I would make it through a Valorant Sunday Showdown.
Your voice would definitely be gone, and mine would be too. But, I mean, thankfully I have some liquid. Make sure to drink water. But either way, Phoenix, even though it was back and forth for them, this is, again, a very defense-favored map. I think the majority of the Valorant community would agree, no matter what region you're from. There's just something about getting those rounds together and stringing up some success and going to even a force buy usually here, where you're going to see full armor and stingers coming out. And, the trades were very good. Like, even then, Phoenix was in charge because there was so much tagged utility damage and just so much other. There was so much low health for X Elevate, and it just seemed that they weren't too sure on the commit. And the fact that they decided to try to maybe challenge B Heaven, especially with the fact that there was all this utility going against them, it just felt like a little bit unnecessarily safe. So going into this, they are going to have a little bit of a save round. Just try to dive back into this because you don't want to be too far behind when you're on defense, even if it's defense favored.
Yeah, absolutely. Every round so crucial here for X Elevate to try and put together in this first half. This one certainly not going their favor as of yet. Precision looking to inflict more pain upon X Elevate. They will be taking some more damage as they try and scrap through this B site. The kills getting traded 1 for 1 here thus far. Oh, goodness gracious. Fireworks. Menace now lurking on this backside as Jangler gets traded for Bancroft there. Menace sneaky in the shadows here, hasn't been spotted out, and punishes K-Size for it. Exalt gets 1, but that's going going to be Agility wrapping up another round here for Phoenix 1 GG. And X Elevate, looking at this roster, there is no shortage of talent, especially you were speaking highly of Miniature. I've got to shout out Bancroft there, a former HyperX MVP here at the Valorant Sunday Showdown with Shiba all the way back, back in the Valorant Sunday Showdown history. Bancroft is a player that has been there, done that, has certainly brought his winning ways to the side of X Elevate. But when we look at Phoenix1.gg, we see not just a lot of talent and a lot of explosiveness, but we see a lot of cohesion as well, a lot of synergy. And we'll see if Phoenix 1, they've shown that edge in the first 2 rounds. We'll see that continues to prevail for them here in the rest of this match as X Elevate now the prime opportunity to get themselves on the board with these rifles, with this full buy. They're sneaking around A site, not yet getting revealed. Jae-Sung takes down Precision. Zekin tries to win out over Miniature, but goes down. It's only going to be Agility able to do some damage before they go down as well. And X Elevate coolly, calmly, confidently get themselves on the board in the 3rd round.
They will be able to do that, but Phoenix, they bonused pretty much for the most part, so they can get into this nitty-gritty right here as we see Menace going to be rocking that op. Can't doubt there will be some collateral damage either at A or mid. We'll see what happens, what they decide. But we are going to go into this now, though. X Elevate with the round on their hands because of the bonus will be able to potentially afford a round loss, but the economy's not looking great, so they still need to string a couple rounds together. It's not out of the woods yet for them.
We'll see how that pays off, and it's already paying off in spades. Oh my goodness, Phoenix1.gg slaughtering the attackers here. X Elevate already without much of a hope here in this 4th round, and we are not even a minute in yet.
Okay, well, I mean, I don't know
Round's
what
done.
much else to say, D. I mean, I appreciate the handoff all the same when, you know, I can catch my breath, but oh my gosh, that was just well precision and coordinated. And unfortunately, because of this round loss, this means that if they get a flawless here, like, Elevate's going to be in deeper of a mess than they would like to be economically as well. I mean, they will be potentially able to buy into this round, but it won't be as satisfying as it is right now if you got 2 rounds together.
Yeah, absolutely. Jae-Sung trying to breathe some life into this attacking side, doing well to do so. Has gotten 2 kills now, eliminating 2 of the remaining defenders, but there are 3 more. Oh, and one of them being Menace, ready to go around the corner. Didn't need any armor, didn't need anything else, just the trusty old op getting the snipe down, and that's going to be Phoenix 1 re-extending their lead, and now the pressure starting to build on X Elevate. This is a round they're really going to want to make stick, or the next rounds there will be some tough questions asked of them economically, as we see now Menace able to get that full armor stacked on there. Went without last round, doesn't need to go without any longer.
Also see ultimates we haven't even spoken about yet in favor for Phoenix 1, but they have yet to need an opportunity to do this. Right now, X Elevate, they're going to play a lot more slowly. They've been super aggressive the past few rounds, and it hasn't really gained them much ground. They have been able to clutch out a win. They managed to get a stomp because of the bonus. Now they really need to just see what they can do with what they have right now with the sort of disadvantaged weapon and armor-wise, and try to see if they can just get a pick before trying to commit to a site. They've been sort of very headstrong with their plays at the moment, I would say, which isn't a bad thing, but if you're going to get caught off guard a lot like this, this could be very bad. Speaking of which, Zekin goes down, and they are able to find one, falls down to ropes, I say. They bring down the other opposing rays. Throw utility, nice nade, cast him out. Will maybe get one more for the trouble. Not to be the case, but still player advantage over for Zekin has already done their job.
I can't believe those paint shells did not convert into another kill for Zekin. I surely thought that would be the end there, but X Elevate still trying to steal this round away from Phoenix 1 in this 3v4. Here comes the Rolling Thunder now for Phoenix 1 to try and slow this push, but it's gonna be all death here on B site. X Elevate completely crumpled there on B site, and Phoenix 1 exactly showing why they are such a highly regarded team. We saw in the earlier stages of this match such headstrongness, like you said, them pushing forward, not really worrying about the consequences, using that aggression to the best of their ability. Now they're in the 5th round, they pull back, they play the patient game, they let X Elevate come to them, and off the back of that, Phoenix One were able to close the walls in around them, give themselves another round, extend their lead even further, and now Menace looking to get some hunting done here on A site.
Sees a little bit of the territory of Cypher. We'll be able to convert that into a frag miniature going down. That means their Sentinel is gone. That information they can only do by peeking now. We will have to keep committing to this. Interesting that they would do so, as Agility's just right around the corner with the Molly. If you see the Molly of Killjoy, you're going to see them around here, and they're just going to be locked down everywhere, losing only the Killjoy in the process, and that just makes the economy ever so stronger for Phoenix.
Wow, Agility starting to really build some momentum under their feet, especially with the double kill there in that previous round. Has to feel good to not only rack up the kills, but to rack up so much damage with that Nano Swarm grenade. Really made a big difference, and so X Elevate getting absolutely burned down there in that 6th round. But for them now, they have 5 whole ultimates available. If X Elevate wanted to start getting some secured round wins, now would certainly be the time. As Miniature, with his cutest little toy knife I ever did see, pushing forward out onto B site. Here comes the Execute ultimates being burned left and right. Miniature getting absolutely lit up in the middle of sight, but it's going to be Jae-Sung who takes down Jangler for the opening kill, and Phoenix One surge right back with 2 kills of their own. Spike goes down, Lockdown goes down for Phoenix One. Here comes the Rolling Thunder for X Elevate, but Menace doesn't even care. Through the Rolling Thunder, takes down Bancroft. Jae-Sung, meanwhile, on site lurking through the pit, gets locked down. Precision takes him down. Exalt is detained, and Phoenix One GG are starting to run away with this one.
That fell apart like a brisket sandwich for X Elevate. That was absolutely messy. There was, I think, unfortunately, even though Jae-Sung brilliantly managed to get an opening frag, the fact was the matter is that they didn't really have that much information. You saw them getting stun, flash, and smoke right into the B site. How could you glean anything from that, D? It's just so hard. So going into this, I mean, nice that they sort of held back on using ultimates for the most part, except for Jae-Sung. So, but we'll have to wait and see. I mean, this is going to be tough. I mean, this is already uphill battle. I mean, this is defense favored, but already Menace feeling the aggression. No longer that patient offense. This is now hungry for blood.
Yeah, Menace really starting to get into that off flow state, starting to feel the groove very much. X Elevate now on this eco round, trying to steal away some kills, trying to steal away an advantage here from Phoenix One, but the hatches are locked down for Phoenix One. They have completely shored up the defensive side here of Split, and I am kicking myself for not having looked at the map picks and bans more closely, because I would be interested to see if this was in fact Phoenix One's map pick, because they are playing so well. They are moving around the map so dangerously here. Taking a quick look, and this was actually X Elevate's map pick. So X Elevate, with the pressure on themselves as Miniature, takes the pressure off of Menace's shoulders.
Even if it is their map pick, I mean, this is, again, we should give a little bit of the benefit of the doubt, because technically, again, we don't want to read into it too much, because it is the defense favored map.
Of course.
And I've seen Miniature, they're amazing. Unfortunately, just having a tough time right now, and XL and Jae-Sung are trying to do what they can to bring up the team's morale, but it really does say a lot how dominant this has been, only winning the bonus round as X Elevate. Phoenix wasn't even trying at that moment. They were just trying to take away guns, let alone win the round. So to have this, and look at the economy as well, it's just so strong. It's just so tough. There's not much to read into it left, except that Phoenix are on a tear right now, and they know how to use defense well. Oh, they're hungry! Oh my gosh! They went to market. They're hungry. They're gonna eat all the crap they want. They are gonna be brought down finally thanks to the pin pellets. But Precision, living up to the name, gets 2 and nice disengage. It is a 2v1 now though they were very hungry. However, I do still feel like it is very much in the favor for Phoenix as they have pretty much the run of the town with the 2v1.
Absolutely. How is that for some holiday fireworks? Phoenix 1 GG light the fuse here in this 9th round and completely light up X Elevate. But X Elevate, to their credit, traded out enough kills to give Miniature this 1v2 opportunity. It certainly didn't look like this would be possible, but now Miniature, it is between a rock and a hard place. Agility closes in on him, and Phoenix 1 GG have really started to roll here in this first half. To X Elevate's credit, however, they have been showing some glimpses of brilliance. They have been showing signs of life, taking some of these rounds to the wire. But Phoenix 1 GG, they have been such a well-oiled machine here in this first half.
Yeah, you can only, give the benefit of the doubt so much, and I'm still willing to do it, but not at the extent I was able to earlier. I mean, this is just being outplayed at the moment, and also I'm not too big of a fan of how many times they've been running down mid. It has not worked out for them. They have started to be easily read because of this. I would like to see a mix-up of playstyle. They only went through Garage once, and that was because they haven't done it since because they haven't been able to find any other success with it. But only failing once doesn't mean you shouldn't try it again. It just means you should try it differently. Maybe a safer approach, but they're still adamant about going mid here.
Yeah, X Elevate, they certainly like the options that mid play opens up for them. Can go either side of the map with that, but does feel that Precision and Menace have locked that mid corridor down as Precision sends out that Rolling Thunder to really emphasize that point. Miniature here gets out onto B side, takes down second, but Precision gets the trade onto Jae-Sung, and Jangler will be able to spot out Miniature as Precision picks up the double on Exalt and X Elevate. You said it right, Bemi. That mid play is just not working out for them.
It's not hot. I mean, right now, I'll be honest, Phoenix is making me look good by saying that, but I mean, you said it also correctly yourself. It does offer a lot of options, and I respect the mentality of wanting to play with as many options as possible, but there's work with what you got, all right? So at the moment, they have they're going for a slight eco. They're going to buy into the next round. It is pretty much almost done and dusted that this is going to go into the double digits. They would like it to make a 9-3 or 10-2 half, actually, excuse me. But I'm not too sure about this. This Sheriff round has to go the heck off. I mean, that's one way to do it, but they're just going to be outgunned at the moment. And I think what we need to think about now is the next half.
Yeah.
And just sort of go what does Elevate need to learn from this? What is something that they can translate here? Because I'm worried about the attack because the communication from Phoenix has been great.
Yeah, absolutely. X Elevate need to do a bit of soul searching here in the mirror. K-Size takes down Agility. Big headshot here. X Elevate, this is something we have touched on, is they show glimpses of brilliance, flashes, brief moments where they show how dangerous these players can be. But Phoenix 1, as you can see, will find a way in somewhere else. If X Elevate take an advantage one place, Phoenix 1 find one somewhere else. And that has played right into the hands of the defense. X Elevate now with the spike down, send out the Rolling Thunder to delay this retake play, trying to hold onto this A site in a 2v3. X Elevate with a prime opportunity to steal this round away from Phoenix 1, and Exalt takes the head off Precision. An excellent start to this play. Can they take it forward? Exalt with this positioning, Bancroft with the snipe, Exalt with the double kill. X Elevate get themselves a much needed round as the first half comes to a close.
They finally do it. They finally get a second round on the board, and now the 9-3 half dream is alive. And I mean, it's not the most basic thing, but at least on attack, you got a few rounds under your belt when you go into defense, so you can't really cry over spilt milk just yet. But I mean, looking at that, okay, let's talk about how that round went down. It's very interesting to think about if they're, well, actually, hold on. I'll save that for when we go into the next half, because we already got a nice stun in here and a potential good opening. But Agility, as I say that, manages to find Miniature in the process, and that's information gone. And I would really like to see them back out of mid now, because when they don't have info, they are sitting ducks in mid.
Yeah, Agility made a excellent read there on the A side with that situational awareness. He's been gathering the intel over the progression of this first half, understood where Miniature was going to be setting up, when and where he was going to be looking at that camera, takes advantage. Menace takes down Kasai's and now has the Blade Storm. Oh, but can't make much use of it. Precision, though, says, I got you, buddy. I'll lock this site down. The triple kill coming through for Precision. Phoenix 1 onto double digits at the close of the first half, and X Elevate with a tall task ahead of them.
Well, silver lining, and we won't talk about the sheriff round because we're now getting into this now. The past is past. Moving on. This is where, you know, silver lining for X Elevate. Let's be positive here because this is the holidays after all. Miniature is now on the defense. This should mean that the Cypher should be able to thrive. The cages in garage, the cam on screens potentially, or wherever they so deem to desire. There's a lot of play time here for the Cypher. There's honestly, this setup here should work out very much in their favor to slow down any type of aggression. And we'll see how it goes here. Precision is going to be a lot of the big calls here, which is opening flashes and stuns.
Oh, wow. X Elevate getting stormed on here in A side, but they're standing tall, trading kills 1 for 1 thus far. Zekken will be able to take down Exalt after that first game. Miniature trying to do what they can to stand tall on the backside. Bancroft, meanwhile, on this backside, takes down Menace, an important kill. Gets away with it. Oh, and so close to find the double. Jae-Sung now in tow, gets the kill on Agility. Zekken trying to hold down the site for Phoenix 1, but Jae-Sung picks up the double, almost picks up the triple, but Precision so clutch at the end with 8 HP. Phoenix 1, even when it comes right down to the wire, they find a way to take the round, and now Phoenix 1 maybe considering playing with their food a bit. We saw Menace quickly pick up an Odin and quickly, just as quickly, drop it for that judge.
Well, they do play the Odin. That's quite the glass cannon right there.
I would love to see it.
It would be really fun, but honestly, I'm liking the judge a lot more. Dashing in with the judge is huge here. Though they have to be worried of that Bucky. Here we go. Bomb Buddy tells them they already find somebody, and they're just going to rush through Garage. I like this a lot, sticking together as a group, but they are being patient. They're going to bait out some of the utility going out there, but however, Zekken says, screw you guys, I'm going to the site, and does honestly pay for it a little bit. Bancroft able to find 2, as they don't have any information that the Omen was there. So now it is a 2v3, and technically if they can find the Omen, it's a 2v2. The health is super low right now for them.
Yeah, X Elevate may have been gifted an opportunity via Bancroft here in this 14th round. They desperately need it. Exalt peeking around the corner, finds the head of Jangler. Can he find the head of Zekken here as Menace takes down Miniature on the backside? Zekken takes down Exalt on sight, and just like that, Phoenix 1 onto match point, looking to move on into grand finals.
It's so crazy to me how to think Zekken used to be a Sova main. Like, I remember seeing them back in the Wichita days. They were the Sova for their team, and honestly, I mean, yeah, they got a lot of great Sova arrows, and on top of that, the Hunter's Fury, but this seems just more in their nature, and we already see that. But even then, you talk about Zekken getting the entries, we're talking about Precision as well, being great to follow up on that information. That is a great way of getting info and insight. So, although Bancroft was able to get away with a little bit, they're still able to follow up and clutch out for the team once they're able to lock down site if they're still alive. So, great use of having a second purpose.
Oh yeah, Menace and Zekken have been the fire starters here for Phoenix 1, and Precision has been there to pick up the pieces, but here comes Miniature. Here comes Miniature in a big way, picks up the 4K, takes the heads off of Phoenix 1, but Precision clutches it out in the 1v1. It was so fast, if you blinked, you missed it. Phoenix 1.GG take the dub. They punch their ticket on into the grand finals. GG over X Elevate, which I have to say was a really impressive performance from them, but nonetheless, they were no match for the well-oiled machine that is Phoenix One.
No doubt. And I did talk about this earlier with some of the original core being from Wichita. There is that history, there's that
Yes.
synergy of just being able to understand it. And even if their, youthful aggression got the best of them a couple of times, they were always able to follow up on it. The reaction times were there. And a lot of the times also, they were able to read Elevate so
Yeah.
much just because Elevate just kept pushing mid a lot of the time. We can't even talk much about their attack, just given the fact that their defense was, or not, excuse me, the other way around.
Right.
But overall, that, you know, not much to talk about the defense because it didn't last that long. So MVP wise, I mean, precision, no surprise here as well. We got to talk about this. The follow ups on this person was amazing. Zekin just allowing their breach to just sort of play a duelist as well. And when you get to play a breach like that, you have a heck of a good time.
Yeah, Menace and Zekin, certainly the party starters, and Precision was the party finisher. Was there to pick up the
Yeah.
pieces at the end of the rounds, wrap up the or mop up the floor rather, wrap up the kills, and send them on home. Precision doing the dirty work there for Phoenix One, taking the team on into grand finals. Really, really impressive stuff across the board from Phoenix One, or across the board rather from Phoenix One. Has to say, X Elevate, for as new as this roster is, it is really impressive to make it this deep into the Valorant Sunday Showdown. I mean, some of the teams we had lined up in our top 32 today, absolutely massive. So I think X Elevate have good reason to hold their heads high at the
Oh
end of
yeah.
this week. Certainly very excited, very hopeful to see what's up for this roster coming up soon. But what's coming up soon for us is grand finals here of the Valorant Sunday Showdown, week number 36. We've already got half of that grand finals ready to go. It is Phoenix1.gg back again, back for more, looking to add yet another trophy to their case. We will find out who awaits them in just a little bit. We are going to take a short, quick few-minute break, and we'll be right back for grand finals. Stick around. You definitely don't want to miss it.